Alright, so I'm going to show you today how to do a little bit of a texture effect on your cards and stuff. Now, a lot of people will use sort of a modeling paste or a texture paste like this. And if you don't have any, I was just experimenting to see what we could use. So I've tried out a little bit of glue, and I wanted to show you how that would work today. So what we'll often use are stencils that you can cut yourself. I actually did this on my silhouette machine, which is just done on that transparency paper, you know, that clear stuff you use for overhead projection. So you could do it on that, or you can actually draw your own design and cut it with a knife if you wanted to. Or another option is to use a doily, or anything like those orange bags, or the bags that oranges come in with the holes. You can try that as well. So we're just going to use a little bit of the craft glue and an old credit card that you guys might have at home. Okay, and we're simply, when my glue gets to the bottom, I'm going to just put a dab of glue on like that. Now this isn't going to give you the best effect, but it's a good sort of way of trialing out a few things. So you're just going to put it on and just kind of squidge it like that. Okay, and then when you lift up the doily, okay, the glue's going to run a bit. You're going to get something like that. So now we're not trying to get anything perfect here. We just want to try and get some kind of effect to see what, you know, just to give a bit of texture to our picture. So at the same time, I'm going to show you how it works with a little bit of the texture paste. I'm going to just use a palette knife here as well, but again, you could just pull some out with a spoon or squeeze it out, and then use your credit card. So I'm going to put that over here, okay, just to show you how it works. Okay, so you put it on quite thickly, and then when you pull it off, it leaves those holes. Now the texture paste will definitely work better than the glue, but it was just really to say, you know, you can use anything and you can create some kind of a texture with anything that you may have at home. The other thing that you can try and use is just a little bit of acrylic paint. So I've got this white acrylic paint here, and again, I'll show it to you with a credit card. Okay, so you just want to put some of that on. Okay, and you want to do it quite thick, so you want to have quite a thick layer of your paint on there, and then lift it up. Okay, so you kind of get that kind of a texture going with all those different options. Now I've actually got a dry one here for the glue, and I wanted to show you how we can do a little bit of sort of distressing. I'm just going to use a brown distress ink. This is brushed corduroy actually. It's an old makeup sponge, or I buy them cheap from Daiso in a pack, and then you can just kind of go over it and you can see sort of what's going to happen. So this one, because it's the glue, it's going to come out clear. But you're going to kind of get a bit of a texture going on in the background. That's kind of the texture that I got. Maybe not quite what I was wanting. So what we could do is we could get a little bit of brown paint. I'm just looking here quickly. I don't actually have a brown paint to hand. I'm just going to use a quick gouache color, which is a bit like a watercolor, just because it's all I have here. It's a little bit on my brush. And then that, if you actually go over it, I can paint up. So the ink's not sitting on the glue so well, but a little bit of paint. Okay. And you've kind of gone over that a little bit, so you get that little bit of a texture depending on what you're looking for. I quite like the area that stayed blank, but if you're looking to cover it and get a bit more coverage on the actual glue, that's sort of another way of doing that. Alright, have a good day.